Hey everybody, and welcome back to Swift Guitar Lessons for another by request song tutorial. In today's session, I'm going to be breaking down the remaining sections to Passenger's 2012 hit, Let Her Go. We're going to get started learning how to do that fingerstyle intro, then I'll break down the fingerstyle chorus before getting into the strumming patterns for the verse, bridge, and chorus sections. I got all the tabs and the course sheet available for you at patreon.com/swiftlessons. You can support the channel there and gain access to tons of extra resources for all my popular YouTube guitar lessons. Now let's get started with a full demonstration for you to jam along with later.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping that one day you'll make a dream last. The dreams come slow, go so fast. You see it when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch will surely die. But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart. Love comes slow, goes so fast. Well, you see it when you fall asleep, but never to touch and never to keep. You loved her too much, you dive too deep. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Oh, oh. And you let her go. Oh, oh no. And you let her go. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. But you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
Okay, close look at the fretboard, getting started with our intro section. We're in standard tuning and we have a capo here on the 7th fret. Okay, so that intro section in its entirety is going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and... Okay, so we're going to break that down into 4 different sections. Before we get started, I want to make sure that your pick in hand has its appropriate positions. And this is going to be what we call Travis style position. That means the thumb is going to control the low strings, low E string, A string, and the D string. My index finger is going to be on the G string, my middle finger is going to be on the B string, and my ring finger is going to be on the high E string. There's going to be a couple of instances where we break those rules, but generally that's going to be the position that we keep throughout the tune. Okay, taking a look at section 1 of 4. It's going to sound like this. Okay, beginning with that first little hook there. 3rd fret of the B string relative to the capo, open high E string, back to the 3rd fret, then 1st fret B string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and... Okay, so that's the beat that the tune is going to begin on. Okay, then we're going to play this beautiful little crisscross pattern over F major. So create your F major chord shape, 3rd fret D string, 2nd fret G, 1st fret of the B string, and wrap your thumb around to the 1st fret of the low E string, that low root. Once you get there, you're going to play. Okay, so I plucked the low E string and the G string together as I hammered down with my middle finger onto that 2nd fret G string. Then I'm going to grab the B string 1st fret. Okay, so far you have. Let's practice that over and over again. Then once you've got that down, we're going to play. Very nice little crisscross pattern. Low E string, G string, D string, and then a double pluck. Here I'm going to play the B string and the high E string together. 1st fret B, open E string. Okay, so far you have. Okay, then we're going to basically repeat that same exact crisscross pattern, except we're going to do a single note at the end. Okay, so low E string, G string, D string, and the B string. Okay, putting that whole first quarter together. Okay, so those 2 crisscross patterns are very, very close to each other. Okay, now we're ready to move on to section 2 of this intro. Okay, moving on to section 2, this part is going to sound like this. Okay, so a variation on that first little hook that we had there, now it's going to sound like this. All we did different is that we put the 3rd fret of the low E string in there, so we added a bass note to that first hook. Okay, so 3 and 3, low E and B, open high E string, back to the 3rd fret B string, 1st fret of the B string. Okay, once you've gotten there, we're going to play. Okay, so I have an A minor chord set up, and I need to do a hammer. I'm just going to hammer down the middle finger and the ring finger to make this happen. The A string open, hammering down onto the 2nd fret of the G string. Very similar to what we did earlier to our F chord. Okay, except now, once we've done the hammer, we're going to grab D string and B string together. Okay, so far of this section you have. Alright, then next we're going to have. Okay, with your A minor chord still fretted. 0 on the A string, the D string, then we're going to have the B string and the high E string open at the same time. Move into a G major chord shape. We're just going to have the 3rd fret of the low E, 3rd fret of the B string, hit those 2 notes together, and then complete this section with an open D and open G string. Okay, that entire section, real slow. Full speed. Just like that. Okay, up next, I'm going to perform sections 1 and 2 together. I want you to practice those 2 parts independently, practice them together over and over again before moving on to section 3. It's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and... Okay, now we're ready to move on to section 3. Okay, now moving on to section number 3. This part's going to sound like this, nice and slow. Okay, so this is going to begin in a very familiar way. It's basically identical to section 1 in the beginning, except we're going to play that hook with the low bass note of that G6 chord attached to it. Same trick over F major that we played before, hammering down onto that G string, going to the 1st fret of the B. Alright, then we're going to have a different kind of variation to that crisscross pattern. It's going to sound like this. One more time. Okay, low E string, G string, D string, B string. Then on the high E string, 3rd fret of the high E string pulling off to 0, just like that. Then we're going to take the middle finger off of the F chord and play the D string and the open G. Okay, so that entire crisscross section is going to be like this. You put the entire 3rd section together, and we have. Okay, if you have that, we're ready to move on to section 4. Okay, section 4 is going to sound like this, nice and slow. Okay, breaking down section 4. I have my index finger on the 1st fret of the B string, my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string. I'm going to pluck those 2 notes together as I hammer down with my 3rd finger, 3rd fret of the B string. Then I'm going to play the open D string and the open high E string to create a very nice little lick. Once you've done that, we're going to go to the A minor chord. Okay, hit the open A string, then the G string and the B string together. Then a basic arpeggio. Then that same little trick again, open A, and the double note. Okay, G string and B string. You put all that together, we have. One more time. Okay, now we've gone through the entire intro because basically what's going to happen is we're going to repeat that verbatim all the way from section 1 to section 4. But on the repeat, we need to hit the low note on section 1, okay? Then everything's going to be the exact same thing. right, and here's how you end it. On the second go around, to end it and get yourself into the fingerstyle chorus, we're going to play a very basic form of the chord G major. Just have the 3rd fret of the low E string, strike that with the thumb, then a basic arpeggio, D string, G string, and B string open. To get yourself into the chorus.
You only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow.
Let's break that full fingerstyle chorus down now. Okay, great work everybody. You have that fingerstyle intro down. Now we're ready to jump into the fingerstyle chorus. We're gonna get started talking about the chord progression that we have, then I'll show you how to finger pick it. Very, very basic. We're gonna start off with F major. I like to play F major 7 with the open high E string. We're gonna have that for 4 beats. Then we're gonna go to the C major chord for 4 beats, a G major chord for 4, and an A minor chord for 4. That'll sound like this.
We only need the light when it's burning low. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sun when it starts to snow. 2, 3, 4.
Okay, then we're back to the F major chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. C major chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then G major chord for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where they're gonna throw together some little tricks using the index finger on the 1st fret of the B string. Okay, so F, C, G, A minor, F, C, G is the basic progression for the chorus. Okay, so that chorus chord progression is going to repeat twice through. And over top of that, we're gonna be playing this fingerstyle pattern. I'm gonna keep my thumb on the low E string, 1st fret, so that way I can hit the root. It's gonna sound like this. Okay, breaking down the pattern on the F major chord, I've got the full chord fretted and my thumb on the low E string 1st fret. I'm going to get started hitting the low root, then I'm going to play the D string and the B string together, then crisscross E string, G string, D string, B string. And that same approach is going to be applied to the rest of the chords. On the C major chord, I'll hit the root first, that's 3rd fret of the A string, the D and G together, A, G, D, B. So the only thing that was really different about that is that we changed the root to accommodate the chord. Okay, so far you have on the F chord, the C chord. Alright, then we need to apply it to a G major chord. All you need is just 1 finger on the fretboard, 3rd fret low E string. And then you apply the same picking pattern that you had on the F chord. Alright, then what you did to the C chord, you're going to do to A minor. A string, D string, and B string. Then A, G, D, B, crisscross pattern. Okay, so far you have that F, C, G, A minor progression. Alright, with the lyrics it's going to sound like this.
You only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow.
Okay, now if you're following along using my tablature, we're on line 2 on page 4. That's showing the remainder of the chorus fingerstyle picking. So we have the F major chord come back. If I want to use the same F shape I had from the intro section, I could. I prefer, once I get to the choruses, to switch my position in to include this C, actually this 3rd fret of the A string. Okay, so just a little bit more of a robust and kind of safe position for the F chord. So played exactly as I did before on the F. The C chord gets the same thing it did before. Then, to finish up 1 round of the progression for the chorus, we're going to play that G chord, removing that 2nd bass note. So, low string, then the D and the B string together, and then to finish it, 1, 2, 3, and and G string, D string, B string. Okay, let's put together the entire chord progression and the fingerstyle patterns. It's gonna sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor, F, C, okay, then the whole thing is gonna repeat. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And to finish that fingerstyle chorus, you can just play the G chord. I like to let it ring, and you let it go. Then we're ready to jump into the verse. Okay, great work everybody. You're out of the woods, you have all the tough stuff behind you. Now we're just getting into some basic chord progressions with some very useful strumming patterns. So, coming out of that chorus with the fingerstyle technique, we're gonna have only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. That refrain we sing, and you let her go. Okay, so a pretty basic chord progression is actually what's going to be performed underneath all of the instrumental sections, but also all of the verses. Okay, so getting down this instrumental section / verse section, we're gonna have very basic chord progression. A minor for 2 beats, F major for 2 beats, and of course I like that high E string being rung open. The G major chord for 2 beats, the E minor for 2 beats. And that's kind of section 1 of this chord progression for me. Then A minor, F, and then a long G, where they're gonna throw in some sus4 tricks, putting that pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B string to kind of increase the suspense. Okay, so that was A minor, 1 and 2, and F and 2, and G and 2, E minor 2, and A minor 2, and F and 2, and a very specific strumming pattern over the G thrown in the sus chord. Okay, now that you've memorized the chord progression for that instrumental section / verse section, we're gonna get the strumming pattern down. I'm gonna demonstrate it for you at a very slow tempo, then I'll break it down for you. It's gonna sound like this, starting with the A minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Okay, so pretty simple. The A minor and the F chord are gonna get the same exact treatment. Down, down, up, F chord, down, down, up, down, up. Then on that last upstroke of the F chord, I'm gonna begin to switch to the G chord. Once I get there, I'm gonna play down, up, down, 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 up. So far you have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. Once you get to the E minor now, we're gonna play down, down, up, down, up. Okay, just like we did on the A minor and the F chord. Okay, so thus far, we have the strumming pattern for the first half of that verse chord progression, that A minor, F, G, E minor. Okay, the next set of chords we have are going to be A minor, F, and then that G major chord. It's doubled and it features that sus4 trick. It's going to sound like this real slow. Okay, and that G major to the sus4 back to G section one more time, real slow. All right, let's break that down. So the A minor and the F chord got the same strumming pattern as before. Once again, down, down, up, F chord, down, up, down, up. Then once you get to this G major, to the G sus4 change, we're gonna have down, up, down, up, down, up. So, on just the regular G chord, down, up, down, up. Put the pointer finger down, and we're gonna play up, down, and then take the index finger off for a regular upstroke on the plain old G major chord. Okay, if you put the entire verse chord progression together, we have just like that. Okay, great work everybody. You have the fingerstyle intro and chorus down and the strumming patterns for the verse and instrumental sections. Now we're jumping into the strummed version of the chorus. It's gonna have the same chords as the chorus that we had before with the fingerstyle pattern. It's gonna sound like this. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love it when you let it go. Okay, rehashing that strumming pattern over the G to G sus4 trick. Okay, breaking that down real quick, just want to mention to you that if you're counting this out and you're just getting started, it's very helpful to count it as 2 beats per chord. Once you get more confident with it, then you can count it as 4 beats per chord, just double timing that tempo. So instead of counting it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, for example, you can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're looking at the strumming guide that I provided on the chord sheet at patreon.com/swifflessons, I counted each of these chords as being 1 measure long. That way it's easier to write out the strumming pattern without all the 16th notes. Okay, breaking down the strumming pattern for this chorus. We're gonna get started with the F to C, G, A minor progression, kind of the first half of the chorus. And each chord's gonna get the same exact approach. F chord, down, up, C chord, down, up, G chord, down, up, A minor, down, up. You only need the light when it's burning low. Only needs the sun when it starts to snow. Alright, then the next progression is going to be F, C, and then your G major trick, which you have already learned. So the F chord, down, up, C, down, up, and that G chord, down, up, down, up, down, up, to complete your chorus. You'll need to double that again. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Staring at the ceiling in the dark. Then you're on to verse 2. Okay, great work everybody. You have the strumming pattern for the verse and the chorus. If you're looking at the chord sheet, you'll see that following chorus number 3, which is played the exact same way as chorus 2, we have the bridge sections. That's what we're looking at now. This is just going to be more of the same. And you let her go. Okay, so this is just going to be A minor, F, and then that G major chord with the sus trick. So you've already done this: A minor, down, up, 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 down, up. And you need to repeat that again. Then, once you get to the final and you let her go, we repeat the instrumental section, which is just a verse chord progression. Following that, you're into chorus number 4, which is played the exact same way as your previous strummed choruses. Then finally, we're into chorus 5, which is just a cappella basically. It starts off with single note strums. You only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. You can play with the vocal line a little bit. Only know you love her when you let her go. Hold the G chord out. And then from there he gets into straight a cappella. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low, etc., etc. Congratulations everybody, you're ready to perform. Art of One, thanks so much for checking out this lesson on Let Her Go. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much to my patrons for making these lessons possible. Hope you're enjoying the extra resources. I got many more videos coming up, so keep checking back. Please subscribe, please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia, saying happy picking.